verse 38, Ulladhu Naarpadhu, 40 verses on reality given to us by Sri Ramana Maharshi. வினை முதல் நாமாயின் விளைபயன் துய்ப்போம் வினை முதல் ஆரென்று வினவி தனையறிய கர்த்தத்துவம் போய் கண்மம் மூன்றும் கழலும் நித்தமாம் முக்தி நிலை. Here Sri Bhagavan is talking about the sense of doership and the sense of enjoyership. What does it mean? வினை முதல் நாமாயின் விளைபயன் துய்ப்போம். If we think that I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. Here he mentions if I am the doer, I will reap the consequences of its memory, effect. I did it, we say, right? I won the presidential election, I am the president of a country, I studied in Oxford, I earned $1 million per month, I am an accomplished man, and so on. I fly a Boeing 747 as a personal aircraft, and I own a yacht. I own $1 billion. I accomplished this, and so on. I have got the most luxurious bungalow in my town. I am a very handsome man. I am the most beautiful woman on earth. I accomplished this. And so on. I. So, if you say, I am the doer, you will reap the consequences of your karma. That is what is said. Good or bad, whatever you do, if you think you do it, you will suffer the consequences. வினை முதல் நாமாயின் விளைபயன் துய்ப்போ வினை முதல் ஆரென்று வினவி தனையறிய கர்த்தத்துவம் போய் கண்மம் மூன்றும் கழலும் நித்தமாம் முக்தி நிலை. Here again Bhagavan is coming to the point. If you do enquiry as to who is it that is saying I did it, somebody is saying within you, right? And you have this sense of individuality. I did it. If you enquire as to who did it, you will see that the ego disappears and you realize your true nature. And Niddhamam Mukti Nilai, you will be in the permanent state of liberation. That's what he says. Now, normally, when we have fragmented consciousness, when we are not yet enlightened, this is the default order. That I am the doer, I am doing, and I am enjoying. Right? The whole purpose, the whole goal is now self-realization. That is what Advaita Vedanta is teaching. That is what Sri Bhagavan is teaching. Find out who you are. You are living with the false sense of individuality. That's what he says. This is fragmented consciousnness. This sense of I is phantom-like, he says. He says if you search for it, it will disappear, it will flee. If this ego or sense of I, bodily sense of I, had its own permanent existence, then we can let it be. Sri Bhagavan says if you search for its source, it will disappear and something else will be found in its place. That is Jnanam, that is Brahman, that is Atma. This is the position. Now, what is the sense of doership? Can we live without it? I went to college, I go to college every day, I go to work, I take up responsibility, I make decisions on my life, and so on. We have to function with this sense of individuality. Although it is phantom-like, it is with this phantom-like individuality that one can live one's life. And in fact, if you look at it, you do vicharam too with the help of this individuality only to start with, without which you cannot function. So Sri Bhagavan says in talks, even if you have this sense of doership, it is okay, but inquire as to who is having this sense of doership, he says it will flee. As simple as that. In another song we saw, the body does not say I, the world does not say I. In between the body and the world, something else arises in the form of ego and it says I. Ego is nothing but the appropriating function. If my mouth speaks, I say I don't say my mouth speaks, I say I speak. Some thought arises, I don't say some thought arose in me, I say I thought. Breathing happens through nose, I say I breathe. So this is ego, appropriating function. Whatever happens within the body-mind complex, this ego says I. This is the enemy to realization. This sense of separateness is the enemy to realization. Right. Will it disappear so completely that upon realization I will become brain dead? No, we will not become brain dead. Only thing is, ego will dwindle. It will be like the daytime moon, whereas Atma or Brahman experience will be like the daytime sun, shining forth in full brightness. Atma is the only light. Shankara says, everything else is darkness, that's all. Body, mind, thinking, world, universe, everything is darkness, he says. The only light is Atma, Atma's light. Light in the sense, existence, consciousness and bliss. That is our core nature. Now, he says, if you inquire as to who is having this enjoyership, doership, Sri Bhagavan says, it will go and there the Atma will shine forth and all the kartatvam. He says, Vinay Mudal, Namayin, Vinay Mudal, Vilaybayan Tuipo, Vinay Mudal Arendu Vinavi Tanayariya Kartatvam Boy, Karmam Mundum Kallum. He says, all the three karmas will go. What are those three karmas? Karma, which means action or thinking and its consequence, memory stored in us. That is what is the software that is stored as a residue of our good and bad actions and thinking. That is what is karma. So, there are three types of karma. One is Sanjita karma, which is the huge truckload of sacks, we can say, we accumulated through all the lifetimes. The full truckload of our karma sacks, out of which Ishvara is said to have given to us one sack only in this lifetime. Hey guy, go and exhaust this karma. Normally people don't exhaust this one sack, they accumulate another 10 bags and come. So we need to exhaust the karma given to us, allotted to us in this lifetime. That is called prarabdha karma. Yeah, we would have had relationship with the 1000 people in previous lifetimes, various lifetimes. But in this lifetime, Ishvara selects a few people and connects you to them and make you exhaust your karma. That is what it is. And geographically, you could have lived in so many places on earth. In this birth, he makes you live in one particular place. And so on. This is prarabdha karma. Sanjita agami karma, we are doing certain things now whose good and bad effects we will reap in the future. That is agami karma. So, Sri Bhagavan says, if you realize your true nature, all the three karmas, their effect will go. What will be left? Nittama mukti nilai. That permanent state of liberation will be left. So, we accumulate so much of information from different angles. I have studied, now I have memorized about 375 of Sri Bhagavan's verses. All of them help me move in one particular direction. What is the direction? That of doing self-inquiry, Atma Vicharam. Because it is said one major decision governs 1 million small decisions. The same way, one major practice will give you the benefits of all other practices, 1 million practices, so to say. Or, if you do this one thing, which will take care of everything else. That is what is Atma Vicharam. What is the root cause of birth, rebirth? What is the root cause of this individuality? What is the root cause of this separateness? It is this ego. I am the body sense. So Sri Bhagavan speaks like an engineer clearly. Hey, you touch this wire, you just pull this wire, the system will function differently. That's what he says. If you do vicharam, every time a thought arises, to whom is this thought? Does this thought have independent existence, or is anybody else acting as this thought? Is anybody else masquerading as this thought? If we enquire like this, the ego will topple down. That's all. You may hear this again and again. 1 billion times you may hear the truth. The truth is going to be the same. You may take another 1,000 lifetimes and come back again and study Advaita Vedanta as taught by Sri Ramana Maharshi. The truth is not going to change. The root cause, the root of all trouble is ego. Uproot it. That's all. That's what Bhagavan says. How to uproot it? Do vicharam, enquiry. Who am I? If you go on doing it with repeated practice, he says your mind will have the power to turn inward and then rest in that stillness called Brahman Atma. From the perspective of the mind, what is Brahman? Stillness of mind. Be still and know that I am God. So this comes with practice. Slowly Sri Bhagavan says that effort is necessary up to the state of realization and progress will be slow. Right. The choice is ours now. Because in another song Sri Bhagavan says, when all the scriptures say that thou art, why are you not making a choice as to who you are? See, if you don't do vicharam, if you don't realize our true nature, this karma bags will not get burnt. They will continue lifetime to lifetime. Unless these sacks which are loaded in the truck, unless they are burnt, we will be born again. The choice is ours. If you are so enamored of this universe, we want to be born again, the choice is ours. But that intellectual indignation should arise. Sri Bhagavan says, as of now you are living with a fragmented consciousness. He says you are fundamentally universal consciousness which includes this body mind also. So, I am this body mind and all else, he says. What is that all else? I know this body, I am aware of this body mind. Bhagavan says, you are all else. What is that all else? We need to find out. So, in this song he says, if we think that we are the doer, we will reap the consequences of the karma, its effect. Because the memory gets recorded, it gets reinforced and it will continue. But if you do vicharam and destroy that sense of ego, sense of doership, he says all the sense of doership will also go, all the three karmas will also go, you will be left as Brahman, that permanent Brahman. Let us think about it.